What's up, guys? Andrew at Sweetwater Softwash here. Hope everybody's doing great and staying busy. I know I am. Just want to give you a video here before the weekend's up. We're getting into the weekend's Friday evening over here, and about 8:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30 right now. And sorry, but it hadn't been had the chance to upload. Just a heck of a lot's been going on. I'm going to fill y'all in a little bit on this video, and I kind of want this video to be a little bit about what it takes to run a successful pressure washing business or business in general, but certain things you have to handle entrepreneurship and succeed at it. So I'll give you some examples and some situations I ran into last week that will just show you the kind of things you're going to run into, and that way and you when you do run into things like this, you don't freak out, you handle it, you move forward, you overcome it, and you come out the other end stronger and wiser. So, let's see, we are in September right now, coming into almost into October. So, I'm going to try to start doing some Christmas lights this year. We'll see how that goes. I've got the training to do that. We'll see how that goes for me. I think it'll be pretty lucrative. There's not a whole lot of people doing it around me, so I think it could be very profitable, and something I want to venture in. But as of right now, I'm booking about 2 to 3 weeks out, and it's kind of mind blowing to me because last year, let's rewind. Last year, August 1st hit, kids going back to school. I had nothing. I mean, it just was kind of slow. And I was scrambling, so I called up Footbridge, my marketing team, said, hey, we need to start the ads right now, Google ads. Took about 3 weeks. Those started getting me calls. And then I still, right now, I'm getting calls left and right and almost every day. And now a lot of them are naturally from my website. So it's very exciting to see progress and some of the things I've been working on hard, working and paying off a little bit. Hasn't paid off completely yet, but I can see some of the reaping a little bit of the reward. It's nice to see that when things like this start working, and I had a plan when I started this business, and everything kind of falls in line, and it's working. So I'm excited. I'm blessed, and just kind of trying to share my experiences and knowledge I have to help y'all go get it like me. But last week, okay, so let's go to last week. So Sunday, I had an emergency scheduled job. It was a business complex. They wanted cleaned, and I went up there about an hour away. Took the dually up there first thing Sunday morning, and they wanted the concrete, windows wash, building wash, roof wash, all the whole nine. So I was out there pretty much all day, and but I drove the truck. The truck, it's a 6.0 Power Stroke, and the truck I bought it for my dad. I bought this dually for my dad. He gave me I guess you could say a deal. Those 6.0 Power Strokes don't hold their value as much as a 7.3. Good motors, and if you bulletproof them, they're darn good motors. But that people just, that's a fad. They want the 7.3s. This truck just clocked 100,000 miles on it. So it's been a good garage kept. Haven't been, dogged. So I bought it for my dad, put the skid on it, and been great. It's had been in the shop a couple times, but nothing really, out of the ordinary. But it was running a little rough Sunday morning. I asked my dad, like, this thing, it sounds right. It runs fine, but when it's idling, it's kind of shaking back and forth. He said, it's probably okay. It might be an injector stuck or something. So I get up there to Greensboro, and it's starting to smoke. I'm like, this truck doesn't smoke. I don't know. I called my dad. I'm like, look, this thing's smoking. Do I need to get it towed back? He said, no, it's not going to leave us out of the road. It's probably in limp mode. Injector's stuck open or closed, and probably nothing too major right now. Just keep driving it. There's no lights on the dash, so I kept driving it, and I get done with the job. And I'm coming home, and I'm driving. It's driving fine. It's smoking, I mean, it's smoking, but I don't see any lights in the dash, and it seems to be running. It sounds fine. So get about a mile from my house, and it thing starts barreling smoke, and the wastegate's open, and it's shuddering. I give it throttle, it's pushing back. Every time I push, the wastegate's opening, it's air coming in, and I'm like, oh crap, what's this thing doing now? It's dropping RPMs. I'm trying to hold it going, and it just cuts off. So I'm on the side of the road, and I'm about a mile from the house. I'm like, well, maybe it'll start back up. Nope, the gauges are fine. So it starts back up. And so I put in a second and I hold the RPMs. I'm kind of trucking along, trying to get to the house. I was like, let me just get to the house so I can get this thing to the shop. So I got within about 1 minute from the house, thing just cut off on me on the interstate. Cut off again. This time it was big time. Popped the hood. The antifreeze is boiling. I was like, golly, that's not good. So I get it towed. Problem is with this truck, I have to get it towed twice. I get it towed to my house because I got to get all my equipment off it, put it on another truck. Then next morning I got to tow it to the repair shop. I can't tow it on the weekend because it won't be in the gated area. I don't want anybody stealing anything. So that's aggravating. But I got it towed, and I was like, man, maybe it won't be bad. So I'm using my Ram. It's fine, and gosh, I'm so thankful I have another truck. It's just been unbelievable. And so they would let me know within about 2 days. They called me and said, hey man, this motor's shot. It was a freak accident. I think the bottom end just completely fell apart. It started shaving metal, pumping metal through the injectors, the fuel, contaminated everything. Needs a whole new motor. I said, okay, give me a price on it. We'll go ahead and get it. So he said it's gonna be $25,000. It was kind of like, oh my gosh. Well, spend $25,000 on this truck. It's already outfitted for the skid. It's only got 100,000 miles on it. I know the history of it. When you buy a used truck, you're buying somebody's problems. You don't know the history of it. I mean, whether they tell you or not, you don't really know to the full extent the history of the truck. So you're probably going to walk into a hornet's nest. And if you buy a new truck, that's not really justified either because you'll destroy it with the bleach within a couple of years. So it makes no sense for me to go buy an $80,000 truck. I'd love to have one. It doesn't make any sense though. I like this truck. Nice truck. So I wrote him a check. Go ahead and start on it. So it is amazing to me that a 20-plus-year-old truck, the motor itself was $19,000. And it's a stock motor. New everything though. Turbo, everything is new. And so it's going to be like a new truck essentially. And they're putting it in right now. But last Saturday, I was driving up about 2 hours away to go meet with a mentor of mine. And I was on the way home. And again, I was about 5 minutes from the house. This bozo slammed on brakes in front of me. I slammed on brakes in the Ram. Skid pushed forward. The nose went down a little bit. I hit the tailgate. I was like, oh my gosh. We pull over to their driveway. They were turning. They were pulling the driveway. I said, I get out, like, everybody okay? Is everybody okay? It's him, his sister, and another girl or whatever. I said, man, on my back and my hurt. I was like, oh no, don't let it be one of these. So the guy didn't look quite right. He looked like he had something was wrong. Maybe he was on drugs or alcohol. I don't know. But we were talking. I said, look, what do you want? How much do you want for this? He said, man, it's going to cost me $1,500 to fix this. I knew it was going to cost more than that. I mean, the body shop bills are just, high. I said, follow me to my house right now. I'll grab you $1,500 cash. So he's like, okay, I'll follow you to the house. So he follows me to the house. I grab him $1,500 in cash. I said, here's $1,500. He's like, oh, thanks, buddy. I appreciate your honesty and it means a lot to me. He was real happy. And his sister or wife, I don't know what it was, but she was like, well, make sure your hood's latched. Don't make sure it doesn't fly up when you're down the road. I was like, why are they so... And they took the money and they left. They didn't get my name, my number, pictures, anything. We didn't file... I didn't want to put on insurance because my insurance is already high because of my age. And I also didn't want a police report because, another detail is he didn't want me to call. He said he was spazzing out about something about he didn't have full coverage or insurance. Well, if you don't have insurance in Georgia, it's illegal. Also, he said he didn't want me to call the cops. I said, okay, this guy's probably not in the best situation. So I gave him the cash, and I haven't seen him since. I pray that I won't see him again. And just, I don't care what he does with the money, just stay out. Just don't want to see him again. There's no lights on my truck. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to, when I get my dually back, I will put that one in the body shop, get the hood, the bumper, and the grill fixed. Gosh, man, by the skin of my teeth, I've still managed to keep working. And I've just been so blessed, guys. I mean, it's just, I can't explain it. I can't explain it. I mean, my other truck blows up. I get into a fender bender with this truck. I was like, oh my gosh. And I watched it live, the other day at Southeast Southwash Live, and they were talking about, how stuff kind of happens in phases. Almost like the devil's coming after you, like in phases. And it's like you moving like a chessboard. You move one step back, 3 steps back. 1 step forward, 3 steps back. That's what it felt like, honestly. But, it's not going to stop me. So the truck, no lights in the truck, doesn't look as good. I don't like driving around in a truck that's kind of beat up, but I could still work. I'm booked 2 weeks out. I could still work. It costs me more money to have these trucks sitting than it does to repair them. And that's a good problem to have, but it's also stressful. But I'll tell you, as a business owner, you're going to encounter these things, and how you react to them can make all the difference in the world. For me, it's a learning curve, but it's hard to stroke a $25,000 check and not even think about it. It's hard to do that, but I did, and I don't regret it, and it's the right thing to do. I provide great services to my customers. I get compensated for it. Because of that, I can afford to have a new motor put in my truck, keep going, repair my other truck when that one gets back, and not even bat an eye. So that's how you want to build your business to where you're you could say it's a bad deal, my truck blew up or whatnot. Gosh, do you think if I didn't have any money, I'd be straight up screwed? I'd have a truck sitting here with a big piece of equipment, nothing to run it. I'd be straight up a creek. And so it could always be worse. It could always be worse. But you got to build your business to where you're ready for these things, because I had no idea that was going to happen. And it was a shock. But I moved forward. I'm getting work done. I'm working on a lot of big projects right now. It's not stopping me. Still making a lot of money right now, good money. So it shouldn't stop you. So my advice today is I would just don't let the little things bother you. And these are kind of big things, but you still can't, you don't want it taking up rent in your head. You need to be focused on working, and these other things that you can't control. I can't control that truck blowing up. It wasn't my fault. They said it was random. Okay, go ahead and fix this truck. I'm going to keep working, making money, and we'll go from there. So it's all in how you choose to run your business, and you got to pivot off of these hard times, and you're going to come out ahead. Because think about it, we're heading into the winter. There's going to be a lot of guys getting out of this business in the winter. We see it every year, right? So okay, so everybody thinks, well, you get a trailer, you get a skid, you're going to have all these calls. That's not how it works. That ain't how it works. I got my equipment. I didn't have the first lick of call. I had to start knocking doors, making postcards, telling people about me, everything. Then I started getting calls. But these people, they go take a loan out on an $80,000 truck. They go get a skid, a brand new trailer, sitting in the garage. Think the phone's going to ring. Then come around to December, they have their trailers and equipment up for sale. It's the craziest thing to me. And it's kind of sad, but I mean, I don't know what people think they're going to get into. It's not a get-rich-quick thing. It can be very, very profitable if you do it right. But right now, man, I'm working every day. I'm working every day 12, 14-hour days driving at least an hour a day to go quote back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm wearing all the hats. And it's what you have to do. It's what it takes. It's what it takes. You got to choose your hard, right? So you can work a 9 to 5 and be a victim to this inflation and in a fixed situation. You don't have a lot of control over a lot of things. You don't have control over your income. Okay, so another thing they mentioned in that live I was referring to, they were talking about how if you're in a fixed economy, you be working a 9 to 5 and you make this amount of money, and inflation, if it surpasses it, you can't do anything. You're stuck. With a business, you can always do better and make more money. You add a service, make $100,000 more every year. You can get out of it. You can outrun this inflation crap, and I don't even worry about it. But I'm just saying, you got to choose your hard. It's hard to run a business. It's hard to be stuck in a 9 to 5 every day for the rest of your life. So, as a 19-year-old, with what little life experience I have, I think it's probably the best decision I've ever made is to start my own business. I don't see any other way than entrepreneurship. And I know all the successful, wealthy guys I hang around and ask advice from, they're all business owners. I know it's the right direction for me, and I hope it is for you, and that this can help you and guide you a little bit. But I'll have another video coming out. My truck, hopefully, will be back next week. I'll have another video about that. And I've been doing a lot of sealing recently, window cleaning, and Christmas lights is coming up. So, with that being said, I hope you got a lot out of this video. If you learned something, let me know in the comments. We talked about adapting and overcoming, right, when you run into the hard times. How to structure your business to where you can afford to get out of these sticky situations, right? And not letting these things bother you, not letting them get in your head, because it's very easy. It's very easy to get distracted and come to a screeching halt in your business. And yeah, man, you go out there, make that money. Put some comments down below how y'all's business is doing. You got some work right now. You're slow. Let me know what's going on. And I appreciate all y'all. And we got another video dropping. Let me know what you want to see next. It's Andrew Sweetwater Soft Wash. Peace out.